Hi everyone, this is what I would be running if I were to run Zoroark in LA. We have a 4-4 Zoroark line, 2 Monkey Dory, 2 Badoo, 2 End Zekrom, a 1-1 low punny line, 1 Meowth EX, 1 Petrant EX, 1 Fez EX, 1 End Reshiram, and an Evoltal. As you could notice, this list is different from the one ran by Piper Lapine in Prague. Definitely most notably different is a reset stamp, but I have two Badoo in my list. The reason being is I think just Unlock is way too strong. Unlock can help buy you time, as sometimes when you go first or second with the sec, either or, you just you need time, and sometimes Badoo just buys you that time. Also, it's kind of like a meta call having the N-Star Manitan in here or not. I noticed like a lot of lists online, at least when I play online, they have Shaman. So when they see me bench or have a starter of Enzora, they'll go ahead and bench Shaman. And it's kind of like just a wasted bench slot on their end. But yeah, we have the Ends Reshiram in here. I think just a lot of lists are running into just willing to hit you and not expecting a one shot back, and then you just plop down that end Reshiram, and then you just powerful rage 20 for every damage counter on your Pokemon. So all right, let's get right into it. And against, I think, Lucario, we got a Lunatone and a Makahita on bench. Barbicle, okay. This makes me think it's not Lucario. It's probably the Good Punch Okie Dokie deck. Yep, no Lucario and a pass. Here we don't have even an energy, just a draw out. So in case we start getting knocked out, gonna go for a Zora heavy bench. Yep, make sure we have our A-Spec in there. Let's go ahead and grab. Yep, I think we're gonna grab a Zekrom here, Reshiram here, excuse me. And we're just gonna hold in our hand and pass because we don't even have a Ends Castle or anything to draw out. Looks like they evolve in a Hariyama. No, they Gus up another Zura. I think they just wanted to evolve. Yeah, the hand. Another bench attachment. Interesting. Now we have to get really lucky off this trade. Hopefully we get Lilies or maybe another out to another Zoroark. So we keep chaining. Now we're going to go ahead and evolve into active here because they can't take a one-hit knockout. Alright, we drew an Ultra Ball, which is really good. Not going to need Black Belt's training. Now you just attach energy, Lilies, and pass. Oh, looks like we go into a attach for a Voltal. Alright, let's go ahead and end this PP up. And we're just going to clutch a Lunatone while it's still inactive. Now this isn't so bad of a follow-up. Now we see the opponent have a Riolu off the Fighting Gong. So we have Lucario, Barbaracle. I mean, it makes sense. You want to have another out to get any energy onto your Lucario. it just it just kind of gets me. I'm just like, you're already trying to have consistency with rocks. So we go ahead and trade. And then, interestingly enough, we go ahead and bench lock ourselves, but it's fine. We have Evoltal. And with a really large hand, we're going to go ahead and ends. Excuse me, we're going to 0-6 Machinations them. But like I said, we go ahead and bench lock ourselves just so we could keep the ends Evoltal shenanigans up and build damage on the bench Riolu. But they do end up having the switch and Lucario combo and boss. But they boss up the monkey. Now I think this was they had the perfect 3-card combo in their hand. But I think that was a misplay on their part. They should have bossed up the Petra and took a 2-prize knockout. Now we're gonna go ahead and trade. Wait, Meowth. Trade away energy. We have both Stretcher and Ends PP up to get going. And yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and boss, lock the Lunatone active, and keep building up damage on that Lucario until we're ready. So at least this way it forces them to, while we're building up damage on the Lucario, it forces them to have boss switch again. Yep, they go ahead and pass. Trade away Serrano. Monkey damage onto Lucario again. So it's easier for one-hit knockout. Trade away Baneri. Trade away Buddy Poffin. Attach and clutch. Now they do have their second switch and boss. Wow. So they go into Lunatone Zoroark combo and knock out my monkey. Throw away Lilies, throw away Lopunny. Now again, they had switched boss combo in hand. They should have. Yeah, they should have bossed. That was a misplay on their part. But that's fine. We take advantage of those. We go ahead and Petron. Boss at the Lucario. Night Joker, Rampaging Thunder for knockout. And that's why that monkey was so crucial. Just building up damage on the Lucario while we could. Now they have follow-up with Cosmic Beam. And I think from here, so you just boss up the Barbacool, so that way it's harder for them to get a one-hit knockout. And from here, we should just win out. They have a 2-card hand. They did boss switch twice. Five to 2 prizes. And it's a good thing that Ends Castle stays in play. We're just gonna swing. We have 2 cards left in deck. I'm just gonna swing so we don't deck ourselves out. We have everything we could ever possibly want in our hand. And yeah, opponent concedes. Next game. We're going to go second. Now we have a binary start. Rockets Honchkrow. Alright, they start with a proton. Pretty good. Now we're going to need a lot. Test active. Get a couple of Zoruas, Badoo. Commit to ends PP up, Lilies, and Itchy Pollen. They evolve to the bench. Now they have a Giovanni's Charisma. 3-card hand. Rockets Factory. Rockets Feathers, and they have the knockout. They're able to evolve every single one, so this is looking kind of sus. Get ourselves a Zoroark. At least we have the follow-up, the return knockout with the Lopunny. Bump Stadium with the Castle, Lilies. We're able to establish ourselves another Zorua, which is really good. And we're just going to go in with Lopunny, swing for knockout, and just put as many hit points in the active as possible. Giovanni's Charisma again. They have a Stadium bump. That's fine because we have Petron, and it looks like they overcommitted. They were overcommitting, got greedy. We're gonna Cypher Maniacs for End's Castle and Zero 6 Machinations. I think like 0 6 Machinations and Unfair Stamp are two really powerful cards against this archetype. Yep, we're gonna go into Zoroark. Trade again. And we're just gonna rely on this Reshiram so we could keep taking back-to-back knockouts. But like I said, they got super greedy in taking that initial knockout. They must have top decked that Archer. Yep, and they just concede. Yeah, they overcommitted to that knockout on the Zorua. Oh man, we're going first. We're gonna retreat into Zorua pass. And hope that they don't have energy double Power Pro. Which is very unlikely for them to have. Yep, accelerating stab for 30. And we're going to hope that we get energy, which we don't get out the Lilies. Pretty suspect. Trade. Energy. No! We don't get the energy. So we're just going to promote. Establish another Zora and Itchy Pollen. We missed energy. That's so unfortunate. Let's hope that they miss energy here. They're going to Gravity Mountain. They're going to boss up the Ends Reshiram and hope that we don't have a switch out, even though we have switch out on board. Trade. Says you gain change. Trade again. No energy. Let's just go ahead and bump the same. Itchy Pollen. Accelerating Stab. Knock out our Bidoof. Alright, we need energy. Or unfair stamp. Trade. Wait, monkey. Trade away 06. No energy again. That's so unfortunate. We saw so many cards. Yep, let's go and thin our deck. Unfortunately, we're just going to go ahead with another Itchy Pollen. And like I said, this is buying us time. We're not able to find any energy, but at the very least, we get to item lock our opponent. Top deck energy again. You're a Baneri with a trade. Trade again. Don't want a Fez unless we have to. We're gonna go ahead and subjugating chains. Take the first knockout of the game with Evoltol. And the biting mochi doesn't really matter too much, just because we can't take a one-hit knockout. We're always two-shotting the Lucario. That was so unfortunate. We weren't able to see energy for a couple turns. But at least Itchy Pollen bought us time. They're going to go ahead and Tool Scrapper and pass. Wow. Alright. Trade away Serrano. Trade away Buddy Poffin. Then our deck. Gonna go ahead and end this PP up. And yeah, we're just gonna start taking knockouts. They miss the energy, which is so crucial. Yeah, Lily's off the prizes. Oh, they have the max belt. Premium Power Pro, Lily's, Energy Attachment. And this is why the Ends Reshiram, like, even though it's a one of, is still so very good in these matchups. And he Aura Jazz, he's just gonna go for it. Yeah, we don't want a boss. Let's trade. Trade with Lopunny. And I accidentally misclick. Trade away Zoroark. But it's fine. We go back into active after we subjugating chains. Yeah, we're just gonna copy Powerful Rage for knockout. Him missing the turn attachment last turn was so crucial. Premium Power Pro. Attach. Confront. And yeah, we got this game in the bag. All we need to do is end this PP up and swing with Virtuous Flame for a knockout. And top deck energy. We don't even need the PP up. Yeah, that's it. Let's go ahead and swing. Take knockout. GG's.